The 10 highest grossing Oscar Best Picture you should not miss. Ranked 10th is Schindler's List, with a global box office of $320 million. This film won Best Picture at the 66th Academy Awards. The other 4 nominees that year were The Fugitive, In the Name of the Father, The Piano, and The Remains of the Day. Notably, The Fugitive was the first Hollywood blockbuster in an international market. In addition to winning Best Picture, Steven Spielberg also won the Best Director award for Schindler's List. During the filming of the movie, Spielberg did not accept any payment. As a Jewish filmmaker, he believed that earning money from a film about the persecution of Jewish people would be akin to taking blood money. Ranked 9th is Rain Man, with a global box office of $354 million. This film won Best Picture at the 61st Academy Awards, and lead actor Dustin Hoffman also took home the Oscar for Best Actor. At the time of starring in this film, co-lead Tom Cruise was in the midst of a rapidly rising career, on the verge of becoming a top Hollywood superstar. Rain Man, released in 1988, is a heartfelt road movie about the deep bond between two brothers. Its simplicity, humor, and warmth make it a film that never grows tiresome, no matter how many times you watch it. Ranked 8th is American Beauty, with a global box office of $356 million. American Beauty won Best Picture at the 72nd Academy Awards. That year, other films nominated for Best Picture included The Insider, The Cider House Rules, The Green Mile, and The Sixth Sense, all of which are exceptional films. While Rain Man is filled with sunshine, warmth, and humor, American Beauty exudes a sense of repression, despair, and indifference. The film tells the story of the disintegration and collapse of an American middle-class family, where each character feels deeply relatable yet behaves in extraordinarily abnormal ways. In this strange tale, the once vibrant American dream is shattered into pieces. Ranked 7th is Slumdog Millionaire, with a global box office of $378 million. Slumdog Millionaire won Best Picture at the 81st Academy Awards. That year, it unexpectedly defeated other notable films such as The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, The Reader, and Frost/Nixon. The film is adapted from an Indian author's novel of the same name and tells the story of a young man from India who participates in a television quiz show and ultimately wins $1 million prize. Although the film is brilliantly made and includes many scenes reflecting the realities of life in India, it ultimately feels more like a fairy tale. Ranked 6th is Dances with Wolves, with a global box office of $424 million. This film won Best Picture at the 63rd Academy Awards, a victory of immense significance. That year, Dances with Wolves faced fierce competition from legendary films such as Goodfellas, The Godfather Part 3, and Ghost, all of which have cemented their place in film history. Ultimately, it triumphed over these masterpieces, securing its own lasting legacy in American cinema. The film tells the story of a white American officer who initially clashes with Native Americans but gradually comes to understand and bond with them, ultimately helping them resist white settlers. With its grand scale and raw, unfiltered power, the film captures both the wild beauty and the poignant struggles of its setting. This narrative structure was later used by James Cameron in Avatar, echoing similar themes of cultural immersion and resistance. Ranked 5th is The King's Speech, with a global box office of $427 million. This film won Best Picture at the 83rd Academy Awards. Starting from the 82nd Academy Awards, the number of Best Picture nominees was increased from 5 to 10 each year. At the 83rd Oscars, The King's Speech was considered a surprising winner, as it competed against critically acclaimed films such as Inception, True Grit, Black Swan, Toy Story 3, and The Fighter. Moreover, as a drama with a strong artistic tone, its impressive $427 million global box office was somewhat unexpected. Ranked 4th is Gladiator, with a global box office of $465 million. Gladiator is a historical epic directed by renowned British filmmaker Ridley Scott. It achieved great success in box office, critical reception, and awards recognition, reigniting Hollywood's interest in large-scale historical epics. Its influence paved the way for later grand productions such as Troy, Kingdom of Heaven, Alexander, King Arthur, and 300, all of which embraced the spectacle of ancient warfare on a massive scale. Ranked 3rd is Forrest Gump, with a global box office of $678 million. Forrest Gump won Best Picture at the 67th Academy Awards. That year, it was nominated alongside 2 cinematic masterpieces, The Shawshank Redemption and Pulp Fiction. However, For American audiences, Forrest Gump had an undeniable appeal, and it dominated both in awards and box office performance, surpassing the other two films. Objectively speaking, Forrest Gump certainly earned these honors with its compelling story and heartfelt portrayal. Ranked second is The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, with a global box office of $1.146 billion. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King won an astounding 11 Oscars at the 76th Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Visual Effects. What makes it even more remarkable is that the film was nominated for 11 awards in total, and it won every single one, a feat that is unparalleled in Oscar history. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, along with its prequel The Hobbit trilogy, remains the pinnacle of fantasy epic filmmaking, offering a timeless experience for all film lovers to revisit and enjoy during moments of leisure and nostalgia. Ranked first is Titanic, with a global box office of $2.201 billion. In Oscar history, Ben-Hur, 1959, Titanic, 1997, and The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, 2003, are the three films that have won the most awards, each taking home 11 Oscars. As Hollywood faces increasing creative challenges and original works become rarer, it's likely that breaking this record will become increasingly difficult in the future. Additionally, on the all-time global box office list, Titanic still ranks third, behind Avatar and Avengers: Endgame. Aside from the top 10 films mentioned, other well-known Best Picture winners, such as Parasite, Avengers, Infinity War, Braveheart, and The Silence of the Lambs, did not make this list, as their global box office earnings did not surpass Schindler's List, which holds the 10th spot. Thank you for the interesting discussion. It was great going through these iconic films and their box office achievements. Looking forward to the next one. See you then.